I've been a Yakuza gang leader for 23 years. What happened last night made me quit forever. Maybe I've gone soft, but after seeing what happened yesterday, I don't think I can stay in the Yakuza for much longer. It was a standard hit. At least that's what I was told. They said a man named Hiroshi had betrayed the organization. He'd been skimming money, laundering it through his own businesses, thinking we wouldn't notice. Of course we noticed. We always do. And in the Yakuza, there are no second chances. Betrayal is a death sentence. I was prepared for that. Hell, I'd ordered executions like this 100 times before. But this time, the orders came down, not just to kill Hiroshi, but to wipe out his entire family. That was the part that got to me. I've killed men before, taken lives without so much as a second thought. But this, taking out a man's wife and kids, back when I was younger, I wouldn't have blinked. Still, I had no choice. Orders are orders, and when you're in my position, you don't refuse. We found him in his apartment, his wife and 2 children at home. The kids couldn't have been older than 5 or 6. I remember standing there, looking at the fear in Hiroshi's eyes as he begged for his family. He didn't even beg for his own life, just theirs. His wife clutched the children, tears streaming down her face. She knew what was coming. Hiroshi knew too. But there was nothing they could do. The first shot was easy, just like I've always done. I pulled the trigger and Hiroshi's body slumped to the floor. The room went dead silent for a moment, except for the soft whimpering of his wife. I thought that would be the hardest part, but it wasn't. The real nightmare was just beginning. I hesitated with the gun in my hand, staring at the woman and her children, the cold weight of the weapon suddenly unbearable. In that moment, I realized how far I'd fallen. The Yakuza had taken everything human out of me. But in front of me was the reality, the innocent life I was about to destroy. I glanced at my men, who were watching me, waiting. They'd seen me do this kind of thing before. Hell, they'd followed my orders on plenty of jobs just like this one. They trusted me to finish it. But my hands shook as I raised the gun toward the woman. Her eyes locked with mine, and I saw something there that gutted me. She didn't hate me. She wasn't angry. She was pleading with me, wordlessly, to stop, to let her kids live. It was the first time in years I felt guilt. Real guilt. The kind that digs deep into your bones. My finger hovered over the trigger, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't shoot a mother and her children, not after all this time, not after all the blood I've spilled. I looked away for a moment, but I knew the decision had already been made in my heart. But that's when everything spiraled out of control. One of my lieutenants, Masaru, stepped forward. I could see it in his eyes. He thought I was weak. He thought I wasn't going to do the job. Before I could stop him, he grabbed the gun from my hand and did it himself. 1 shot, then 2 more. Just like that, it was over. The room went silent again, except now it was the silence of death. I stared at the blood on the floor, at the bodies of those children, and for the first time in my life, I felt disgust. Not at Masaru, not even at the organization, but at myself, at who I'd become. I should have stopped him. I should have thrown down the gun and walked out. But I didn't. I froze. I hesitated, and that hesitation cost 3 innocent lives. The drive back to headquarters was a blur. My men were quiet, maybe out of respect, maybe out of confusion. They could sense something had shifted. I didn't give orders, didn't say a word. All I could think about was Hiroshi's wife, the way her eyes had locked on mine in those final seconds. The way she trusted me, even in death, to save her children. And I had failed. I walked straight into the boss's office when we returned. I didn't care about protocol, about respect. All that had been shattered the moment Masaru pulled the trigger. The boss looked up from his paperwork, surprised to see me. "It's done," I said flatly, tossing the gun onto his desk. "But I'm done too." He raised an eyebrow, a slight smirk playing on his lips. "You're quitting after all this time?" I nodded. "I've had enough." He stood up, crossing his arms as he eyed me. "And what makes you think you can just walk away after everything you've done?" I looked him dead in the eye, feeling a calmness wash over me. "I've given you 23 years. I've killed for you, bled for you, and done things I can't even say out loud. But what happened last night? That was too far." He didn't say anything for a long moment, just stared at me. Finally, he sat back down, shrugging. "If you want out, fine, but don't come back, and don't think you'll ever be safe."